Okay, so hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to our iEmail and iEmail Cloud webcast. Thank you for joining. My name is Bill Boehner and I'm the Vice President of Operations at CSI. I'll serve as your moderator for today's webcast, which will last 30 to 40 minutes. We'll have some time at the end for questions and comments, but before we get started, I have a little bit of house cleaning to go through in terms of the Zoom meeting features that we're all in right now. So everyone's been muted on entry to the webcast to allow for clean and clear audio. However, we do welcome your questions and comments. So here's how. Click on the Q&A button at the bottom of the Zoom window to launch the Q&A window. From here, type your questions or comments and click send. I'll be monitoring these throughout the webcast and we'll address your questions and share your comments at the end of the presentation. If you have any technical issues or challenges, you can use the same Q&A window to communicate with me, and I'll do my best to assist you. So as I said before, for today's webcast, we will be recording. So I will send a link out to you all shortly after the webcast. And that is all the housekeeping items that I have for you. So I'll now turn things over to Doug Morris, who is founder and CEO of CSI. Take it away, Doug.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah, I think this is an awesome webinar. Most webinars, you get housekeeping tips. We give you house cleaning tips in this webinar. So you're welcome for that. So as Bill said, I'm Doug Morris. I'm the founder of CSI, and I'm the guy that gets to show you iEmail and iEmail Cloud today. And so we're going to really start with a little bragging here. CSI has been around for a while. We actually are the most experienced iMIS solution provider, and that's a great way of saying we've been doing it longer than anybody else, because saying you're the oldest doesn't sound too good these days. But we sold our first iMIS install back in 1992, and then somewhere along the way we decided there were other products we could actually make iMIS better. These were things that just didn't make sense for ASI to add to the product. They've got a lot of things and a lot of people are asking for stuff from them all the time, and so we decided to start writing some products. We've been fortunate enough to win what's known as the Rise App Challenge Award 3 years in a row. This is given out by ASI at their Innovations Conference. So as I talked about, we sort of made things as we saw fit. Our first product was actually iMerge. It's the most powerful merge tool for iMIS. Along the way, people started to say, can you import this data? Can you do this for us? It's not a good use of their money, so we wrote some import tools, iImport and Activity Importer Plus. People started losing their iMIS folk, and they said, hey, nobody knows where anything is in the database, so we created a documentation tool. I said, hey, our members are moving and we get back to all these changes of address and we got to type them in iMIS. So we made a national change of address tool. Our CSI Donate, so proud of this, 21 months, over $4.2 million raised by various organizations with over $400,000 in recurring revenue. So really excited about that. A lot of investment on our end there, but it really helps the CSI staff here because we're doing good stuff and helping not-for-profits raise money. And then, of course, you need to edit those gifts that come in, so we made a product that allows you to do that. Our meeting closer is actually our second product, the ability to close meetings. Some people say you don't need that in the next version of iMIS. I think you do, especially if you use CEUs. Our GL processor, a lot of people are getting creative with their accounting systems today, and so we're getting creative with supporting the various formats and whatnot. If you still ship products, we've got a tool to bring in freight. We've actually got an end user tool that allows you to edit RISE. I think it's pretty cool, and everything's stored in one location. Our geolocation tools called IMAP, find your members, get distance, radius, and whatnot. iEmail, while we're here today, right? We're going to be showing iEmail Cloud mostly, but I'll talk about the differences between the two products. Speaking of cloud, we have a CVent integration. Our customers needed more power sometimes for some of their larger events, pushed iMIS a little too far. So CVent stepped in and we wrote the integration there. Our data station's a cloud product, but it works with all versions of iMIS starting in 2017, and it automatically exports data or pushes it to third parties. Think of your LMS or any third party that needs data on a regular basis from iMIS. And then how about signing in? Wouldn't it be great if your members only had to remember one username and password? Well, we got that with the SSO. And then, hey, the GL processor works with iMIS Cloud too. iImport Cloud, we took our iImport product and we actually made a cloud version of it. And same thing with iEmail, which I'm going to be showing you here right now. So before I talk about that, a couple interesting things about CSI. We actually have 2 full-time support staff. We feel support of our products is so important that we actually hired 2 people to handle the support of that. We moved one to Denver. Okay, he already lived there. But the other one is unfortunate or fortunate to live here in Chicago. So we actually, our support hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central. We try to fix most bugs within a week. I'll be honest, depending on the severity of the bug, and that's how much attention it gets. Sometimes people confuse an enhancement with a bug, and so sometimes those aren't fixed within a week. About 60% of all people that have ever purchased iMIS have one or more of our products. We're really proud of that. About 75% of the changes and enhancements we make in this product, they don't come from our brains, they come from your brains. When you go and say, I wish the product did this, and we go, gosh, that's a really good idea. Let's make the product do that. However, the rest of them come from me when I do a demo and I don't like the way something's working. So that's kind of what it looks like when I get upset. When I'm clicking on something, I just don't like the way it works. I really want our products to not even require a manual. So why does iEmail even exist? There's 3 reasons we have iEmail. First off, we want to eliminate time to look up an email address. To even look up the record in iMIS, right? You should be able to do that right from Outlook. But we need to also manage that communication, right? And that communication is not only an individual, but it could be a group of people. It could be a committee. It could be everybody that paid dues today. It could be everybody that signed up for a given function at your event. And then here's the problem. We got a lot of emails going back and forth these days, and that communication and that conversation with your members is getting stuck in your coworker's inbox. And so you don't get to see what she sent the member, and you don't get to see how the member responded to her, right? It's in her email and you can't see it. So iEmail allows you to actually open that up, the full 360-degree communication with your members. I'm going to show you how you do that in a minute. But let's talk about what we do with iEmail, right? Both products quickly email individuals and small groups, right? And we're going to use the email addresses stored in iMIS. Why are we going to do that? Because guess what? The members are changing their email addresses, and they're doing that through Rise. And when they change that email address, if you have it stored in Outlook, you got a problem. But what about creating calendar appointments? I want to email, I want to create a meeting for my upcoming board, right? And I want to remind them all where the board meeting is, and I want to remind them what to bring. Well, I can do all that as well. I talked about the communication that might be happening right now with your coworker and a member, right? And so we need to be able to see the emails that she's sending, and we need to be able to see the emails that are coming back. And we want to store those right in iMIS as an interaction or an activity. We also want to be able to create tasks and appointments. This is specific to regular iEmail, but it's pretty cool. You can create a task in iMIS and have it appear in their Outlook. Same thing with an appointment, starting with iMIS, ending up in Outlook. So think about this, right? How often does your coworker say, oh, I'm going to email this member. I'm going to pull up that member's record in iMIS, and I'm going to click the email button. I'm going to start the email from iMIS so at least we know that we emailed her. That doesn't happen, right? We're sitting in Outlook, right? Well, what about a small group of members? Like I said, maybe that's committee. Maybe it's someone that's registered for a conference. You know, you got 28 people coming to one of your breakout sessions and you need to let them know about something. What about people who bought a product? Like I said, lots of things you can do, small groups of members. And then what happens when they use the wrong email address, right? They've got Doug Morris's email saved in. He didn't change email. Well, actually, I did, right? Maybe I moved away from Hotmail. Never. But anyway, really powerful because you're using the most current email address. And then You know this is true. You know that you've got some people at your organization that don't even know how to get into iMIS. It's not that hard. It's staff.csiinc.com, but no, they always forget. They don't even save it in their favorites, right? And wouldn't it be great if they could get into iMIS right from Outlook and pull up the members record right there? Take away everything. All they got to do is click one button. So let's take you through an example. We've got someone named Brandy, and she's a member, and she's getting an exceptional member award. And our award committee is going to go ahead and present it to her. She's so excited. And that meeting or that award ceremony is going to be on September 9th. And basically, Brandy's got to attend, or she's not getting that award, right? So we need her there so we can give her that award. And if she doesn't get that award, that's what she's going to look like. And no, that picture was not easy to get. So let's go and email her, remind her about going to the award ceremony, and let's copy everybody on the award committee, right? So here we are, we're in Outlook, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start a new email, and I'm gonna look up Brandy's email address. There's my two iMISs, one is iEmail and one is iEmail Cloud. I'm gonna go ahead and click on iEmail Cloud for this demo, and I'm gonna look up Brandy's record. So I happen to know her last name. I don't have to type it in. I could look up everybody that started with a first name of Brandy if I wanted to. And I don't remember it's Y or I, so I'm just going to do B-R-A-N-D. All right, there's Brandy Barber. It is with an I. By the way, she will kill you if you use a Y. So we're going to go ahead and select her email address there now. And now let's jump over to our groups. Look at all these different groups we can choose from using iEmail and iEmail Cloud, right? They're all here. But we're going to go out here and we're going to go to the committee, right? And we're going to jump down to the awards committee, even though I could do a search for a committee. Let's carbon copy everybody in the awards committee, select all. And when I click that select all, right, you got to click right in the center there, boom, they're all copied. So this is a typical Doug Morris email. I'm going to tell Brandy the date, and I'm going to tell her that she's getting the award, and I'm going to copy the committee, and this is great. This is exactly how I tend to send, let's see, an award email or any kind of email, and I invariably always leave out something important in every email I send. So we're going to go ahead and tell her, hey, heads up, the award's coming, and yes, I'm using 9/9 because Australia likes that day too. But we need her resume. We can't give her this award without her resume. So we need her CV or her resume. So she's got to send that over or she's not going to get the award. And thanks, Doug. This is my typical email. I could hit send, but if I hit send, it's lost in the ether, which is known as my email box. So I'm going to click save to iMIS. And when I hit save to iMIS, it finds everybody in this email. And I'm going to add this as a recent interaction. So it's going to go right on their record in iMIS. I get a note back that 6 people got it saved on their record. And I hit send and we're done. Now, guess what I forgot to do? Minor issue. I forgot to tell Brandy where the award ceremony was, right? So let's jump over to the calendar and let's just do a calendar invite. Same sort of thing now. I need to invite everybody to this award ceremony. And by the way, I forgot to book a hall for it, so we're going to have it at my house. So I'm going to go ahead and do a calendar invite using Outlook, and I need to invite those same people whose email addresses are in iMIS, right? I could have hit reply all and emailed them, but this is better, right? Let's go out there and let's go find everybody again really fast. I'm doing it all from Outlook. We're going to go find Brandy's record, now that I know how to spell her first name. Select that. We're going to jump right over and we're going to grab the awards committee. And we're going to take all those people and we're going to put them on the required field. They got to be there too. And there we go. I've got my awards ceremony ready to go. It's a nice little calendar invite if you want. And I'm going to tell them we're going to go to my house, okay? Because I forgot to book a place. We'll probably have to sit outside. Don't have that big of a house, but it'll be fine. There's not too many people. All right, there we go. So I'm going to hit send. Now we've got a calendar invite sent out, right, using email addresses from iMIS. And I've also emailed Brandy, told her about the CV we need and whatnot. Okay. So let's take a look at what this might look like in iMIS, because what if Brandy calls in and says, hey, I never got an email from Doug. One of the awards people told me, so excited for you, but I never got an email from Doug. Can you resend that? Well, Doug's on vacation, right? So my coworker goes out here into iMIS, looks up Brandy's record, jumps on over to the history tab, And I did this as an interaction, right? So there it is. There's the email I sent Brandy. So I'm going to go ahead. My coworker is going to click on this. There's the email sent. And my coworker can hit resend. And that email will go out again, right? So even though it was sent from my personal Outlook or my corporate Outlook, if you will, they don't have to get into my email. They can do it right from the staff site. So that's pretty cool, right? I got my coworkers being able to resend emails that they never got. But what about this? You probably have a Doug Morris at your place, right? And what that means is Brandy emailed me her resume. That's great, okay? But that's sitting in my inbox, right? Although I saw it, I forgot to forward it to people, or I forgot to do anything with it. Nobody else can see it. So my coworkers don't know about it, and they might start threatening her, hey, you're not going to get the award because we never got your resume. So we're going to save the day. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at my inbox. And gosh, I wish my inbox looked like this. But what we're going to do is we're going to go and grab that resume or CV that she sent me, and we're going to drop it right on her record in iMIS. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and open it up. I could just, don't even have to open it up. I could go ahead and just click right here, iEmail Cloud. But just so you can see the actual email, I'm going to open it up. And there's the resume. Everything looks good. She sent it over. Let's add this to iMIS. We click the iEmail Cloud button. We're logged in. It finds her record. It also finds my record, right? Because it was sent to me. So I could actually save it on 2 different records within iMIS. But I'm just going to save it on Brandy's. So I get rid of that, and I'm going to hit Add Recent Interaction. Now, one of the things I told you is, hey, what about getting in and seeing this in iMIS? Well, check this out. Brandy sent this to me. I don't have a phone number. I can't call her. But what if I could jump right into iMIS and look at her record directly from Outlook? Well, check it out. All the way down on the far right bottom. So if you're looking on the right, you're going to see this View Profile. When I click that button, it pulls up her record in iMIS. If I wasn't logged in, it would prompt me to log in. I can click History. I'm right on her record here. I'm going to see the other email I sent her. And then, by the way, there's the resume. Any one of my coworkers can click on that and download her resume right from iMIS, even though it was sent to me. Think about what's happening right now at your organization. Your coworkers are getting emails sent to them from members, and they're getting lost, right? There's no better place to put them in an iMIS because we need full 360-degree views of what we're doing with our members, the communication we're having with them, what they're doing with us, and there's no better way than to store all of that in iMIS. Because this is everything about Brandy right here, including her phone number, including her email, including what member type she was. So I get to see everything in iMIS, including emails that she sent and emails I've sent her. Now, it's a big day, the award day, but I ran late at work, right? It's been a couple of weeks. It's time to have the party at my house, but I'm late. So I'm at the store. I need to tell everyone, hang tight, okay? I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to save the day. I'm going to pull up my phone, and I'm actually going to use Safari for this, and I'm going to open up Safari, and I'm going to go and email Brandy, and I'm going to email the other individuals that are coming to the meeting, and I'm going to tell them I'm running late, but don't worry, it's going to be worth it. So we're going to start a new email here, and I hit the plus. I hit our add-ins. There's iEmail Cloud. Boom, you're going to see I'm logged in again. It looks just like it did from Outlook. Contact search. Go ahead and find Brandy's information, right? She might have changed email address in the last month. I don't know. Let's go find her record. There it is. There's Brandy. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Let's go and also email the committee members. We're going to tell them that I'm running about 10 minutes late. They're going to have to hang out in my driveway. And then, just to be polite here, we're going to make it worth their while, right? So we've told everyone, hey, I'm running late, but I got a little something for you when you get to my house, right? Because I'm going to get some chips and salsa, and we know everybody likes chips and salsa, right? We just like saying the word salsa, let's be honest. So there we go. Got chips and salsa running 10 minutes late, just chill out in my driveway, right? I go ahead and hit send, and that email has gone out to those people. I don't need to save it in iMIS, right, to tell them I'm late. I don't want my coworkers knowing that. But boom, I was able to email that member and my committee right from my phone. Think about how powerful that is if you have traveling membership coordinators at your organization and they happen to be in Wheaton, Illinois, and they want to see what other members are around here. They can do a quick search for Wheaton, Illinois, find the 4 members that are in Wheaton, Illinois, and email them and say, hey, I'm in town. Anybody up for lunch? Love to treat you to lunch and talk about some new initiatives we have. So you can actually go and on your phone, email any one of the members or anybody in the database. So I think that's pretty cool. So you're like, hey, that was awesome, Doug, but can you top that? Yeah. And you saw that ugly look of me when I got angry the other day when something wasn't right. I'll be honest with you. I don't like digging for IQAs through iMIS. I always forget where stuff is stored, and so I didn't like it. So I challenged my team, can you make IQAs better? And they did. So I'm going to give you an example. My executive director, she loves to email volunteers, right? So there's a cool built-in IQA in iMIS for volunteers, and she uses that all the time. So I tell her, you just go to iEmail Cloud, and then I go, now what you want to do is go to IQAs. And she's like, all right, well, there's a ton of folders here. I said, yeah. Go to Contact Management, and then go to Default System, and then what you want to do is go to Queries, and then what you want to do is go down to Volunteers. And she's like, that's crazy, Doug. There has to be a better way. There is. Okay. So all you have to do with iEmail Cloud is click that little star there on the right of whatever folder or IQA you use all the time. And you can have multiple ones. And by clicking that star, it adds to my favorites. So now let's see what that might look like for the future for when my executive director wants to email volunteers. She hits New Email. She hits iEmail Cloud. She hits Favorite IQAs. She hits Find Volunteers. Look at all the steps we just took out of that. Now she can go by find availability or skills or whatever. She can run either of those IQAs simply 2 clicks now instead of, I don't know how many it was, 5, 6. So I will tell you this, ASI uses iEmail Cloud, and the folks that use it at ASI have been telling me all the time that they just love that. So I'm hoping ASI adds that to iMIS because I think it's really, really cool. You might have noticed when I was on my phone, I was using Outlook on the web. But just to show you, here I am in Chrome, or it could be IE or whatever, doesn't matter. I'm going to create a new message. I'm going to click my iEmail Cloud button. There's my favorite IQAs that I just showed you, right? But I'm doing it all in a browser. It looks all the exact same. Everything works the exact same in a browser. So you do not have to be using the Outlook product. You could be using Outlook on the web. Same sort of thing you see with the groups. Everything works the exact same. It's actually the same software. So once you install this, it automatically appears in Outlook on the web as well as your Outlook. That's through the magic of Microsoft, but CSI will take the credit. Thank you very much. All right, so you can see everything's available here, just like what you saw before. Pretty straightforward. Send your email, save it to iMIS, whatever you might want to do. So we're going to recap here real quick. Although I showed you iEmail Cloud, iEmail works very similar, right? We have 2 products. We have 1 goal, right? Well, the first thing we've got to be able to do is 360-degree member engagement. I got to get rid of the email silos, right? But I'm emailing people all the time from Outlook, right? So I want to be able to quickly email individuals and small groups of people right from Outlook. I don't want to have to go switch over and create an IQA of people that I'm going to email and then go save it all in iMIS, right? And I need to be able to save all of those emails, not just the ones I'm sending, but the ones that people are sending back to me. And I've got to be able to save the attachments as well. And I need it to work everywhere, right? I'm a on-the-go kind of person, right? I need it to work at work, I need it to work at home, and I even need it to work on my phone. So iEmail. If you're interested in iEmail, it does require Microsoft Outlook for Windows. It supports these 4 things that are not supported with iEmail Cloud. The tasks that I talked about, so I can create a task in iMIS and it'll appear in Outlook. I can create an appointment in iMIS and it appears in Outlook. If you're into ad hocs, that's cool. I've used ad hocs for years. It supports those. And you can put those attachments on activities. So you can open them up from desktop or the staff site because we give you a cool little iPart to open up activity attachments. ASI is adding that to the next version of iMIS. We have it today. You get that free with iEmail. iEmail is compatible with all versions of iMIS starting with 15.2. It is not compatible with Cloud Enterprise or Professional. But the beauty is, because you're using Outlook for Windows, you can point Outlook for Windows to Gmail, Exchange, Office 365, Yahoo. I had a friend last night was using Outlook with her Comcast.net email account. Like I said, notice I bookended this. You have to have Microsoft Outlook for Windows to use iEmail. iEmail Cloud's a little different, though. It requires Office 365, so no, you can't use it if you're using Gmail. Sorry. You could use Office 365 or Exchange 2016. Remember, regular iEmail works with both of those products too. iEmail Cloud supports a couple things as well. Favorite IQAs that you saw, mobile and browser access, Outlook for the Mac. So if you've got a Mac user and they're using Outlook, that's great. iEmail Cloud will work there as well. And it's compatible with all versions of iMIS since Q4, which came out in late 2015, I believe, all the way through all the 2017 service packs, as well as iMIS Cloud, Enterprise, and Professional. But both products, remember, they do the same thing. They allow you to quickly email individuals and small groups of people. What might that be? Think about a member, a prospect, vendors, right? You might even have, committees, right? You saw that. I want to email a committee and let them know. How about a given function that's running late, or hey, don't forget your laptop for this session, right? IQAs with prompts are supported as well. And you can insert both the sent and received emails directly on the member's record in iMIS. And both products allow you to jump right to the member's profile by clicking the View Profile link in Outlook. Some dirty details, however. I've said small groups repeatedly, right? This is not a mass emailing tool. And in fact, before you ask the question, we tell people about 200 is the most emails you'd want to send. Remember, iEmail is not sending the email. Your Outlook is sending the email, or your Office 365 is. And there are limits on those. You can look them up. I think it's about 500 is the max that they support, and 10,000 emails per day. So it's not a mass emailing tool. Don't use it for that, right? There's the Advanced Email Communications module for iMIS. You might be using one of the higher logic products. You might be using MailChimp. All these are great mass emailing tools to send out a mass email to a whole bunch of people. Remember, iEmail, think about the types of emails you send right from your Outlook or right from your email. We do license it per user. However, you can mix and match. You might like some aspects of iEmail, and other staff members might like iEmail Cloud. You can actually mix and match versions within your organization. However, this is an official licensed product per ASI, and so they've had to bless it. And one of their blessings was, yeah, no shorting. You've got to buy as many iEmail users as you have iMIS users. But the good news is you can actually go above that. So if your executive director does not have an iMIS license, she doesn't need one to use iEmail. She can use iEmail without having an iMIS license. More details can be found here. We've got a nice comparison. Shortcut for all of our products, if you go to csiinc.com and do a / and type in the product name, you will get right to that product page. However, you do a /compare on the end of iEmail, you'll actually get to our comparison page as well. Pricing starts about $15 per month, but we start discounting it above 5 users, right? So we've got bands, right? We actually want you to let the executive director use it without charging her $15 per month. So we have bands that allow you to get free users the more users you buy. Sales is the email address. If you got a question, you want a personalized demo or anything like that, if you have an idea regarding something I showed today and you want to make it even better, email us at our support email address and say, I wish iEmail did this, or I saw the demo. What an amazing demo. However, I wish it did this. And if you just want to skip all this and you just want to order the darn thing, csiinc.com will allow you to order it. If you do buy our cloud product, we actually do onboarding as part of our cloud product. There's a couple little things we need to walk you through, getting it set up and talking to your system. We do provide tech support for both products. So if you get stuck, have a question, it's not working right, email us at support. There's no charge for that. So Bill, I'm going to open it up to questions now.
All right. Thanks, Doug. That's awesome. Reminder again, this is the time. If you have any questions, go ahead to the Q&A button at the bottom of the Zoom window. And so to get the ball rolling, we've got one here. Doug, someone asked when you were doing the calendar invite, can you also save that action back to the record?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right, I'll just give it another second. Okay, here's another one. So some of the users out there are going to be running on Macintosh, Macs. So which of the products are they compatible with both the PC and the Mac?
So natively, that would be iEmail Cloud. Natively, it's going to work for the Macs. You can use the browser or you can use Outlook for the Mac. We've got a lot of Mac people that still are using Parallel. So if you are running Windows, you can fire up Outlook for Windows on there, and then you could run both products if you wanted to.
Okay. All right.
You said 30 to 40 minutes. We're right there.
We are.
All right.
I'll leave it open for.
Yeah, while we're waiting, if there are any other questions, two things. We're going to be starting a webinar series in 2020. And in January, we're going to be introducing our new product, Text Manager, which I'm praying we have a new name for by then. Text Manager is going to allow you to text your members right from the iMIS staff site. So it's cloud compatible. It also works with regular iMIS. You go right in the staff site, choose an IQA, and decide what text you need to send to your members. So great thing for donations, great thing for reminders to register, say early bird is ending soon or whatever. And then heads up, brand new news, the NIAG Tech and User Summit is coming to New Orleans in April. This is a combination, NIAG used to have a spring conference and then a tech summit, and they're combining them. And so we get the geeks and the normal people, or the non-geeks. I don't know what's the PC way to say that, but you get two conferences in one, and that's going to be April 27th through the 29th in New Orleans.
Okay, we did get one more come up, and so basically, what are if you were to kind of summarize the significant differences between iEmail and iEmail Cloud? I know you covered that a little bit on one of your slides, but in your own words, kind of what are the major differences?
From our webpage here, if you go to the comparison, it actually will first walk you through which product actually is right for you. And then from there, we actually list specifically all of the different features, right? So here's a great example. You can't search by paid through natively with iEmail Cloud. You would use an IQA for that. But in iEmail, that's actually right on the main screen. You cannot search by, say, so ad hocs are a great example. They're not supported in iEmail Cloud. The main differences here are the new REST API that ASI has that's allowing us to create these awesome products. It works a little different, and it works with both enterprise and professional, two very different products, but one single API, which is great because we can make a product like iEmail Cloud work for both professional and enterprise. And so what you'll see is some things here where you've got just a different approach, right? There really is no such thing as a paid through date in iMIS Professional, but there is an enterprise, so you access that with an IQA. And then here's the real examples: inserting and importing activities, interactions. If you wanted to use attachments on an activity and you were still heavily using the desktop, well, then I'd recommend that you go with iEmail instead of iEmail Cloud. A really cool thing with iEmail also is you could open the actual email that was sent in. So if one of my members sent me an email, I could open that exact email using iEmail. But we talked about attachments on interactions. It's now available in both. Some different configurations if you have a large organization and you need to lock down security, a little more feature functionality and locking down security using iEmail versus iEmail Cloud. And then finally, the important stuff is the compatibility down here. And we need to fix this as few as users, but we'll just hide that on the screen so you can't see it. There we go. So this page, CSI Inc., iEmail/compare, will really show you the main differences. And if you're unsure, you can go ahead and just email the sales one that Bill talked about, and we'll get you a specific answer on anything like that.
Awesome. Okay. I don't see any more new questions coming in. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for the questions. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time and listening, learning some more about iEmail Cloud. If you have any questions, as Doug just said, go ahead and contact us the way that, at sales@csiinc.com. And that concludes our webcast for today. Thanks again for joining.
Thank you.